So in the moment when you're gonna enter FreshBooks, now we are going to talk about how we can set it up. So first thing first, welcome Marcus. Here, how you can get most of the FreshBooks. Set company details, add your clients. So I can review company profile. And you just add here everything. This is really important, straight for the beginning. Company name, address, state, base currency, fiscal year when it ends. You choose the currency, the dollars, whatever. Date format, this is for me. Business phone, mobile phone, and standard rate. Let's go, I go 20 euro an hour. Click save. When I go back to dashboard, okay, we have the details, add your clients. So this is how we are going to do it, guys. First thing first, I'm going to show you what you will get from FreshBooks. And then I'm going to show you how we can add clients. Then I will also show you how we can add vendors. And then also I'm going to show you how we can add products, items and services. And then we will go further on how we can create invoices, etc. Okay, so when you're in FreshBooks, on the left side you would see your company, then dashboard. In dashboard, I will show you that in the moment when we are going to add things, you will find data right here in dashboard. Then in clients, you will be able to see your clients, and I will show you how we can add them. Invoices, here I will show you how we can add invoices from me to me. Payments, again, the same thing, all invoice payments, I would add it right here. Expenses, estimates, this is the thing before having your own invoice. Time tracking, I will show you how we can use time tracking. Then we are going to look how we can create projects and my team. And last thing are reports. So I'm going to show you all of these things. Now the first thing that we are going to look on is how you can add clients. So you would click here under dashboard clients, and here go to top right and click new client. I'm going to add here Marcus client 1, company Sun client, email address, okay, and this is our client. Now I can add street, address, everything. And now on the right side, you're going to see client settings. So you have options to send reminders, automatically send payment reminders for these client invoices. And you're going to have option to have 3 days after due date. Then I can add 15 days after due date. So I would like have it here. Click done. Then charge late fees. If you want to, you can also automatically add late fees to these clients' overdue invoices. So let's say that someone would not pay you for like 2 weeks, and then when days after due date, so let's say 30 days, they would have 10% of the invoice value would be higher. Currency and language, Euro English. Again, you can change for the client, let's say they are international. And then invoice attachments, no, but you have options to attach PDF. You can have it too. And now click save. And voila, this is how you create your own client. Right here, you always be able to see your clients. Now, what you can do next is how you can add vendors. Is if you would be clicking on expenses and vendors. And here I would be clicking on the top right, new vendor. And this is literally the same thing. Company, this would be Sun vendor. First name, Marcus vendor, and then account number, email address, website, phone number, street. And on the right side, we're going to see the vendor settings right here, and I can change the currency and language. So English, USD, US dollar, and then sales tax type to record the sales tax you pay, and you can have it too. Then click save. So this is how we do it, and this is how we can add vendors and also how we can add clients. The next thing we are going to look on is how we can add items and services. So we are going to dashboard, above clients, then add items and services, click on it. And as you can see, we're directly right here in items. Create a new next to the import items and create new item. enter the name. Let's say I'm going to name it I don't know, camera. Description, this is a camera for recording, and rate is going to be 100. You can also track your inventory, click save, and then create a new service. And this is really similar, YouTube tutorials, description, and I can add video tutorials, rate 200. I can also add taxes here, tax name, tax number. You can add also multiple taxes, and you can automatically add this service to all new projects that we will be creating. Let's click save. And as you can see, we got items and services. So right now in items and services, and the next thing we are going to do is we are going to look on how you can create invoice. So how to do it is under the clients, click on invoices. Here you want to go to top right and click new invoice. And here you would have a logo. So let's say I'm going to logo, and I'm going to choose, I have like good, nice quote here. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. It's a wonderful quote. And I'm going to have it. Automatically, I have my own company here, Build2. I'm going to add a client that we created. You can always search for the clients that you have. You can change date of issue, invoice number, due date, amount. So I'm going to add what kind of item we are selling or providing. YouTube tutorials, quantity 5, line total 1,000 euro. So let's say I created 5 tutorials for 200 euro. Subtotal, I can add a discount. I can request a deposit. I can add a payment schedule right here if I want to. See? So the person got the option to not pay it straight away, but in times. Then subtotal, I can add a discount, so it total amount paid. I can enter notes here and terms. On the right side, when you would be creating invoice, on the right side you can accept online payments here. So you can connect it with your Stripe account. This is something that I recommend, which is pretty good. Like the person got the option to pay for your invoice straight away. I like it kind of. You can connect it. Then you can also customize your invoice style. You can change the template here, how it looks like. You can choose a font. So let's say I'm going to choose this one here. I liked it. You can change also the colors. I'm going to choose, the red is not that great. I like the blue. And you can also change the font. I'm going to choose the modern. So you can also customize your invoices. Click done. And then the last option, you can have it recurring. So you can also make it recurring. What does it mean is that recurring invoice would be sent to them every month, every 2 weeks. It depends how much you would do it, right? And now you see it right here. So recurring, next issue date, 17 August 2021. How often? Monthly, weekly, yearly. The next thing are how many times. And let's say I'm going to have, it's going to be work until the December. So I can have it September, October, November, December, 4 times. Delivery options. I can send invoices automatically. I can create a draft invoices and send them manually. So I'm going to leave it as a send invoices automatically, and then allow clients to save credit cards to make automatic payments. This is something that I would definitely recommend for you to have, and it's a good thing to have. I really believe in that. So because like they will be charged 5 times in the next this month and another 4 months until December. Then click done. Then when we have it, we have the client right here, the Sun client. And as you can see, we're going to see the send reminders, charge late fees, and currency language. So this is how we can work, and this is how we can create invoice. Then we would click on save. And now to subject, company name, send an invoice, company name, send invoice, invoice number for invoice amount that's due on. And I can also preview it. See how it looks like. Click save. You can also like optimize this if you want to. Insert dynamic field. Save. And voila, here we have it. So we have the invoice. Your recurring template has been saved. And I can see also the invoice for 1,000 euro right here. So that's how it works, and that's how we can do it. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show you is when you would click on the payments, what you can do here is how you can actually add payments here. So you can click here and add a payment and type an invoice, Sun client, payment date, payment type, how they paid you. Let's say I'm going to do that they paid me with cash. And I can add notes here and press fine. And voila. So here we got it paid. When I would go back to the invoices, I see straight away that it's paid already. In the payments, I can see also, I got the checkout link payments here and other income that you would see right here. So other income is, let's say that I would add to my FreshBooks account. So it's good with accounting. I can go with selling on street, income category, in-person sales, or selling on market, payment method, cash, tax nothing, assigned to client. This would be 100, selling my products, fine. And this will be my other income, in-person sales. So this is how we do it, and this is how we can work with the payments. The next thing are expenses. So with the expenses, what you need to do, we already have vendor created. So now we are going to look on how you can add bills. So I would click here and click bills, new bill, add a vendor, pretty simply add a line here, camera, and then I would have office expenses, hardware, let's say rate 100. And that's how we do it. So I would have a save. See? And this is how we do it. What you can do is then, when you would find your bills here, you can simply click add a payment on this button right here next to the more actions. Paid in cash. Cash, click save. And right now you see right here that we got it. Now when you would click on the expenses, you can simply click new expense here. You would see an add category, entertainment, merchant, if you have one, Marcus, and then let's say it's going to be 100 euro. And you can also drag your receipt. So let's say that you were eating or something, you can assign to client, internal. You can make it recurring, like if it's an expense that you are going to every week with some client for lunch, you can add it to your expenses and then just click save. And you can also mark expenses as a cost of goods sold to associate it with the cost required to deliver your service to clients. You can have it or no. Click save. See, and we had it right here. So this will be our expense. And this is how we can work with expenses. Now the next thing we're gonna have here are estimates. So estimates are pretty straightforward too. And in this part, I'm going to show you how we can add estimates. So you would come to the top right, click create new, and you have option to add a proposal or estimate. Now, proposal is for just requesting if they're okay with it, or you can click on estimates, and I would have a logo again. Then I would edit client. I would add a line here, YouTube tutorials, one quantity. And this would be the estimate if they are actually fine with that. So I would have it as a send to, like that's a save. See? Now I would have accept. Or so let's say I'm going to send it by email, and I would send it to someone. In more action, I can accept it. I can convert it to invoice. So let's say I'm going to accept it. You accepted this estimate. Now when I'm going to click on estimate, I'm going to sit right here, and I can simply more actions. I can convert it to invoice. In the moment when I'm going to convert to invoice, we are on a stage and on the point when we were creating the invoices, right? So here, when I'm going to click on a convert to invoice, I'm going to able to, I'll just convert it. And that's how we do it. So I'm not going to do it straight away because that's what we learn in invoices, but that's how we can pretty much work with the estimates. And of course, you can simply click here and click on proposal and create also proposal, and you can require signature in it. So that's a proposal, that's what you're offering, right? So that's how we do it. Now, and that's how we can work with estimates. The next thing that I'm going to show you is under time tracking, and that's a project. Then we will go to time tracking. So projects. Here, I'm going to go on top right, create a new project, and it will be flat rate project or hourly project. Flat rate would be like, let's say it's going to be creating a YouTube video for 100 or hourly for hours. So let's say I'm going to flat rate first. And you see right here, I can invite team members. I can assign the client, project name, YouTube video, end date 31st, flat rate 200 euro, total hours 5. And if I want to, I can add service YouTube tutorials. This is the service that we have in our project. Then project type, it's a flat rate project or hourly. Estimate hours, total hours or hours per service. And you can also set the cost rate. So for this client, I'm going to have 20. Done. And expenses markup. This default markup will be applied automatically to any expenses created for this project. We can go 10%, 5%, that's up to you. So this is how we can do it, and this is how we can create a project. Now I would click save here next to the cancel. Right here in a project, I would have like, okay, this is my project. And I can go to the time tracking, but right before that, I can add time entries. So I can add a time entry or start a timer for this project. Or I can come here to time tracking. And what I can do is to click new entry, add a project, YouTube video for the Sun client. For this day, add a service, YouTube tutorials. And I can have it billable or no. And let's say it will be 5 hours. See, non-billable 5 hours. Or I can simply start the timer. When I would click on a start the timer, I can add a client, add the service, and voila, here we go. And right directly, I will be working on the project, right? I will be working on the time tracking project, how I can do it. So this is how we do it. Then I would press stop, and I would have it right here. And you would see all your projects, all your entries in time tracking. Now, when I would go to the projects right here, I'm gonna see like, okay, hours logged 5 hours, flat rate 200. I can again click create new and do the same thing with hourly project. So project name, YouTube video, assign a client, end date tomorrow, total hours 5, or like let's say 50. Services, YouTube tutorials. That's pretty straightforward. And then I'm gonna see the project type here. Set the billable rates, 20, single hourly rate, team members rates, service rates. And then I have also set cost rates. And then project type here, done. And then what we have to do is just like click save here. And this is really similar comparing to everything else what we saw. Here, you're gonna see the project, hours logged. I can add a time entry. Add a time entry 5 hours. log time. We see right here, okay. Then I can add a time entry start timer and it's automatically timer for this project. What you can do is then add estimates, expenses, and everything above. So this is how we can work with the projects. And now what you can do is how you can invite the team. Here you can simply click invite and you can invite admin, manager, employee, contractor, or accountant. So let's say I'm going to invite admin. Again, really simple, first name, last name, email address. And the last thing what you can do are reports. So reports, here you're gonna have the favorite reports and you're gonna see the invoice details here, expense report, item sales, revenue by client, account aging, payments collected, and you can create whatever report you want. So I will click on invoice details here. So that's something you can do. And this is pretty much how you do it, guys. If you're gonna have any questions, ask me down in comments. I'm really happy to help you. This is how you can use FreshBooks, FreshBooks tutorial, FreshBooks accounting software, FreshBooks beginner's guide, FreshBooks how to use it, how to use FreshBooks, FreshBooks tutorial, FreshBooks beginner's guide, FreshBooks for beginners, FreshBooks accounting software. Thank you and have a great day and goodbye. See ya.